First thing, cook the spinach. Very high flame. It's been sitting there for about 2 minutes. This is quick. This will shrivel up to almost nothing. And also, just put a pinch of salt, pepper. You have to be very careful not to put a lot, because you'll see how this shrivels up to nothing. And have a pan ready right next to this. So you can dump it out. You never want to boil fresh spinach. It's obvious why you wouldn't. That's it. Because as this sits, it's going to cook a drop more. Then we take this, put it into the pan, spread it out, because you want green spinach, not brown. How simple. Now you take this and you put it in the refrigerator. Next, you want to cook the broccoli florets. High flame, a little olive oil or butter, whatever you prefer. A pinch of salt and pepper. When you make a mix like this, you don't have to measure either. You put the amount of pepper in you like, and then you have your salt and pepper ready. Cover this up just 2 minutes because we want this al dente. If you cook this with the lid on, it'll cook quickly, and you might get somewhat of a grilled flavor with a little color on the broccoli. And this will quicken the cooking with the cover. That took about 2 minutes. Notice a little brown there, very al dente. That's how you want it. So that's done. Just put it on a plate, set it aside until we get finished with all the prep, and then we can put it together. To prep the portobello, you don't want the fins, so take a spoon and remove all the fins, like so, all of it. Next thing is we're going to cook the portobellos. Butter or oil, whatever you like, not too hot. Put the portobellos in there. Put a little salt and pepper. Everything that you cook for this recipe has to be seasoned, or else it won't have flavor. This will only take a couple of minutes. And why am I cooking everything? It's simple. When everything is cooked, you put it together. All you have to do is warm it up in the oven. If you think you have a better way of doing it, go right ahead. The finished product speaks for itself. That was about a minute. Just turn it over. A little bit more. Now just check to see if it's softened a little bit. You don't want it hard like this. It'll cook throughout better if you leave it like this. The heat will penetrate through straight up. 1 more minute, we should be ready. Now we all know you can eat mushrooms raw, so there's no reason to overcook. A little bit soft is just fine, because it has to hold all of the ingredients. Just put the mushrooms on a plate, set that aside. The panko breadcrumbs, as you see, are browned already because I toasted them on top of the stove in butter. Why do that? You'll see later. Next, the onions and the garlic. We're not looking for color, but if you get color, that's okay. You want to sweat that up, you cover it like I said, done. In 2 minutes this will be ready. Two minutes like that, we're done. Put the broccoli in there, the cilantro. We got to get those flavors incorporated with each other. And you don't need the flame now. That's it. The spinach is going to go separate. And this is going to build up the mushroom. So I put that on the plate. And now we're just about ready to put everything together. You spread 1 tablespoon of ricotta cheese, and now we put the spinach. So that takes care of the spinach. This is what's left over. Add it to it. Add it to your side dish for the next day's meal. There's no problem with keeping this in the refrigerator for a couple of days. Okay, a quick note. I put the broccoli, and this is what's left. So I'm going to change this recipe. This is for 4 mushrooms, so you have no problem with having really a lot of leftover. And the other thing is, this Parmesan and Romano combo that I have here, I grated myself after understanding what kind of fillers there are in the store-bought grated. I go, that's it, no more for me. This is going to be pretty. And then on top of that, the panko. Now if it falls, it's okay, and whatever stays, stays. Now, why did I say to cook everything? Because all we're going to do now is put that in the oven at 300. Warm it up and serve it. You don't have to worry about burning the breadcrumbs, cooking anything. It's all cooked. So that's how it's going to look. Put it in the oven at 300, warm it, and serve it. This can be an appetizer or a vegetable side dish to your steak or chicken, whatever. I hope you enjoy it. This is how it is after it came out of the oven. Just perfect.